I call this meeting to order at 6:09 p.m. It's now time for our land acknowledgement statement. We, the municipality of Red Lake, acknowledge that our foundation and the spaces in which we live and maintain are on the lands of the Anishinaabe of Red Lake, the traditional lands of Lac Seul and Wabauskang First Nations, and Treaty 3 territory. As we are all treaty people, we will continue to cherish our reciprocity of all our relationships on these sacred lands and waters. It's now time for the disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof for the agenda for this meeting and for minutes of which a meeting, for minutes of a meeting in which a member was not in attendance. Seeing none. Moved by Councillor Baduch, seconded by Councillor Haggard. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of Municipality Red Lake hereby considers sections 4.1 to 4.5 and adopt the items. Does any councillor have any questions? Item 4.1 to 4.5, and I'll start with Councillor Christoph. Councillor Haggard? No. Councillor Geary?
No.
Councillor Baduch?
4.5.
4.5? Okay, second. Councillor Baduch, go ahead.
Not just for the, I don't have any problem with attendances for all these. I'm just kind of wondering if we can get a list of what our municipality is on the hook for.
I'm sorry, what our municipality is
Going to pay for?
Okay.
Like whether it's, if we take the town car, if the town gets reimbursed gas mileage, what's covered, because there's going to be a little bit more travel this year. We've got the Home for the Aged as well as
It's a health unit.
the health unit. So just to kind of have an idea going ahead.
Sure.
Not that there's an issue, there's no issues with anything going out of town. I just kind of want to know exactly what
What's being reimbursed.
that's right.
Yeah, okay.
What we're paying for.
For each committee.
Yeah. For any of the regular government travel.
Any other questions? All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Christoph, seconded by Councillor Hager. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Red Lake consider all bylaws, section 5 of the part 1 consent agenda as read without amendment or debate a first and second time. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Councillor Hager, seconded by Councillor Christoph. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Municipality of Red Lake hereby consider all bylaws, section 5 of the part 1 consent agenda as read a third time and passed. Does any councillor have any questions regarding bylaws 5.1 to 5.5? And I'll start with Councillor Baduch.
No.
Councillor Geary?
No.
Councillor Christoph?
No.
Councillor Hager?
No.
All in favor? Carried. Thank you. There's no deferred items, so we'll move down to administrative reports. 8.1, the CAO, the Roma Conference Minister Delegation request. Mr. CAO.
Yeah, so the request before council today is what ministries do we want to submit a request for a meeting at the upcoming January 22nd to 24th Roma Conference, which is at Sheridan Center again in Toronto. We had 5 delegations at AMO. We put in for 7, was successful for 5. And we'd just like to open up the floor to anyone that has suggestions. Submissions are due November the 28th, but I'd like to get them in by Thursday of this week.
Mr. CAO, can you just share with council the 2 that we did not get in?
MTO and Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Can you give us the detail? Why were we? Yeah.
Well, the response was that there was too many requests for.
No, sorry. Why were we asking? That's what I meant. Sorry.
Well, MTO, we were revisiting the speed limits, which I believe is something that the mayor would like on the table again amongst a couple other things. Municipal affairs and housing was more to do with affordable housing. That was the request at that time.
I've got a bunch here, but I can put it up to council first, see if there's any ideas. Councilor Hager.
Okay. I don't know if it, would this be finance? I'm not sure, but this whole issue of, and I know we've talked about it before. We collect a mat tax from the hotels. It's the camps, like that ability to be able to get to recoup something from them since we lose so much going out from the mines.
Oh, the camps as in
Camps.
Oh, I'm talking about like
accommodations.
accommodations. That's what I'm talking about. The accommodate, because we can't tax them based on the current direction we're given. Yep. Okay.
The other one I had, just to fall back on with finance, was the pipeline. We've been unsuccessful with that.
Yeah, we still haven't received an answer. We brought that up, we've been bringing it up. This will be the 10th year. It's been brought up. It's still an answer.
It's crazy.
I think respectfully, we deserve an answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll ask for that. We get it. We're looking for an answer. I've got a few more unless council has any ideas.
Well, mine would be,
Okay, well,
yeah, Minister Todd Smith with energy, just because of the energy needs, and I know he's already been talking about the IESO and the changes, et cetera, so.
So with that, we would want updates.
I think so. Well, because we've been talking so much about all these, like, these opportunities for Kinross to come on board, et cetera, and the needs. And if we are expected to electrify throughout the province, it's just ensuring that we've got electricity needs, I guess.
For sure. It's a valid point with the power lines coming up. We want to ensure that we have enough power for our municipalities. And with other large industry coming in the area, power is one source for sure. The other things I had, I'll go ahead then, unless somebody else wants to pipe in. So with the MTO, we need follow-up on out on the 125 when you're coming through Gomer, make that a 60 through that little hill by the golf course. We've talked about that before because when trucks are coming, large transport trucks are coming over the crest of that hill, especially in the wintertime. If you've pulled out, something bad may happen right at that intersection. So we need to get that slowed down just on the other side of the golf course going past the entrance to Evolution. The other piece with our new dog park, there's been a couple residents asking for a reduction in speed going out to the Madsen Way. So past the entrance to the dog park, because it becomes an 80 prior to the dog park. So extending that current speed to the opposite side on the Madsen side for a speed reduction. And then the third and final thing was, where's our crosswalk?
Yeah.
That we were promised. We were supposed to be getting one out by the Red Lake District High School, crossing the highway there. And there's been some issues with the MTO, but we need follow up with the minister as to solidify when this is going to be done.
I think another piece to that whole section too, going 3 shaft is maybe a turning lane.
We asked for that last time.
It was supposed to be temporary, right?
Yeah.
That was only supposed to be temporary, but it looks like it's there for good, so.
We can ask for that as well too.
Because there will be an accident there one day. Actually, there has been.
Yeah. So just, can I comment on the crosswalk?
Certainly.
So they did put it out to tender, no one bid on it. So that's why it didn't happen this year. They're putting it out for tender again, to be done in 2023. But I do agree, we need to keep it on the radar, or else it could slip away.
Okay, MMH, I had housing opportunities, affordable housing. That also goes hand in hand with the district service board, so the district service board gets some of those dollars. But with the Strong Mayor Act that was presented by the sitting government, they're giving veto powers which through some of my email board meetings, they're giving veto powers to the mayors in Toronto and Ottawa to veto council's decisions with all of that stuff. What I'm interested in is what is the province specifically going to do for the needs of Red Lake? Because the district service board will get dollars, but don't forget they're representing all of the municipalities, right? So we need to hear from the ministry on specific needs to Red Lake. The other thing is I'd like to get in front of MOH again. We had spoken to them previously about doctor shortages when all of that was coming to a head. But we need to be creative with MOH and Minister Jones in regards to, let me back up the track. When I've spoken to a new recruit here and new doctors that were potentially interested in Red Lake, the one thing missing for the physicians here is a CT scan machine. What I'm told, I'm no expert, what I'm told though, that's like a stethoscope to the doctors, and a lot of the newer recruits go to hospital facilities that have CT scan machines. So I think that would put Red Lake more on the map. If we had a CT scan machine advocating on behalf of our hospital, along with infrastructure needs. But the solution to this as well is the Northern Ontario Health Travel Grant. So a lot of dollars the province pays for people to travel out of our community in regards to receive CT scans. If they invested those dollars with what the future is holding for Red Lake, with the road north or south and everything associated with that, their payback would be pretty quick in regards to paying out Northern Ontario Health Travel Grants in regards to CT scans. So I'd really like to advocate for our community on behalf of that as well too, with Minister Jones. The MNRF, we need to discuss escape routes with them in regards to our large forest fires that we've had previously and other, hopefully no other events occurring in our future. Also a landfill opportunity and an update on the MNRF base, what's going on with that area. Trying to read all my writing here, I don't. With Minister Rickford, it's always good to get in front of Minister Rickford with Northern Development and Indigenous. There's a couple things I have on there in regarding, again, Crown Land, shared services agreement with our First Nations friends, especially with the Kanjika Bridge.
Well, but also just to jump back to Ministry of Health, like Kanjika Health Authority. So is there ways to have partnerships?
That coming in.
Yeah, okay.
And again, with Minister Rickford, following up with our arena as well too. And that left me with the Ministry of Infrastructure that we didn't go into last time, but I think we need to follow up with the Ministry of Infrastructure in regards to our arena. Again, our infrastructure needs to thank the ministry for the investments that they have previously made into Red Lake. But I think we were short on some funding dollars, Mr. CAO. I'm not sure if you clarified Red Lake, was it the lift or something? Or the change in the water? We were looking for dollars, but we didn't get pH level water and all that stuff. Wasn't there something?
The WSCR.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I thought there was something we didn't get.
There's lots we didn't get, but I doubt it's not really.
Yeah.
Well, I'd really like to get into infrastructure as well too. We haven't met with her yet as well. So those are a few I had. But of course, we have to submit them within, I think the due date's early next week. So if you have any further ideas, please let me know, or the CA know, and get those in as well too.
I ask that you provide them by end of day, Wednesday.
Yeah.
428.
Thank you. At 4:29. Just because there's some research too, right? And it's great to be in front of people who sure we have that substance.
So why don't we, by end of day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Why do we need to wait till Wednesday then?
That's perfect. I didn't want to be too ambitious.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So we have lots of things on the table, lots of, this is just short taste of them, but as well too, after this conference, there would also be the OGO conference too, where we could follow up with some of the delegations we did get in and put in other delegation requests, as Councillor Christoph's spoken about in the past. Let's not put in 12 of them, let's put, like 6 in with some real substance, and then our next conference, follow up with another 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever that looks like with other ministries, so moving forward on that. Okay, any further discussion?
Moved by Councillor Baydun.
Seconded by Councillor Geary. Resolved that the Council of the Corporation, Municipality of Red Lake hereby adjourns to meet again at the call of the mayor. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.